story tonight. Talks aimed at resolving the impasse between the management of the Barbados Community College and the National Union of Public Workers are underway at the Labour Department in Warrant. The talks are being mediated by the Chief Labour Officer. Issues of contention include contracts for part-time tutors and possible layoffs. The NUPW is claiming representation of part-time staff at the community college. In a release, Principal of the BCC, Dr. Gladstone Best, said the industrial relations dispute had impacted both the student and staff population. Dr. Best stated that once the parties involved accept that both management and workers have rights and use the established protocols for grievance handling and dispute settlement, industrial peace and respect will be maintained. Another Abed's mega store is being planned for Barbados. The well-known local wholesaler and retailer also intends to capitalize on opportunities from an online presence. The revelations from Managing Director Eddie Abed during the company's 50th anniversary dinner over the weekend.
Here, to our founders.
Mr. Abed outlined the company's future plans while recognizing the foundation laid by his parents, Millie and Shuket Abed. He says the key to success for the 50-year-old store is dedication by staff members called associates at all levels. He says the family-run business will continue to embrace opportunities like the new mega store when they arise.
In addition, we intend to build on our wholesale distribution in the Eastern Caribbean, as well as examine the continued interest from a number of islands to franchise the Abed's retail store brand. Our guarded optimism will shape and secure our growth, but this will not only come through bricks and mortar retail outlets. The age of the internet is undoubtedly upon us. We are set to embrace online sales through Facebook, Twitter, and the like.
Mr. Abed says they also anticipate additional competition from overseas-based stores, but they're prepared.
With fair and consistent government and labor rules and regulations for all players, I'm confident we can compete, not just survive, but thrive in such an environment. After all, we're an organically grown company, successful for over 50 years, and we will continue to hustle every day so as to ensure that our market share in our own backyard is not eroded.
And Finance Minister Chris Sinclair congratulated Abeds for achieving the milestone in the face of sometimes very challenging times, including several recessions.
Like other businesses, it could have folded. Like other people, they could have run away and gone and done something else with their time, money, and effort. But they weathered the storm, they booked the losses, they reformulated, they reinvented themselves to meet the challenges, but to seize the opportunities that exist in a very dynamic and extremely competitive domestic and global environment.
Several associates were awarded for long service to the company. Lisa Broom, CBC News.
Progress is reportedly being made on the long-stalled Four Seasons project. Finance Minister Chris Sinclair says everything regarding the project will be debated in Parliament soon, as many things need to be said regarding what happened. Mr. Sinclair was the guest during last night's edition of The People's Business.
I think a lot of things need to be said about what has happened down there and the role that government has played, because I think government has taken a lot of unnecessary stick for things that we did not even have any control over or were involved with. But that's a different point. In relation to the current state, the persons who have now taken over that project have reported to the government, and this is their report, it's not me, this is their report, that they are very short of signing all of the parties up, and they've done an excellent job in relation to pulling all those parties together, the original shareholders, the homeowners, all of these people who were in basically a state of contention when the project collapsed are now on board with the new structure.
Mr. Sinclair also used the opportunity to update Barbadians on the outstanding money owed to contractor Al Barak. He says the initial payment of $5 million has been made, and lawyers on both sides are negotiating details surrounding the remainder of his funds.
As you know, the exercise is still before the court. The sides are working out how the lease back of the building, because that's what will happen. The building is now being transferred to Mr. Barak. It will then be leased back to government for the offices that are there. Government will then pay him rent, and that process will continue until the debt is liquidated. Now, now the other point of that, of course, is that there's some residual, part of which was paid, the $5 million. There's an additional $8 million that has to be paid to him, and I believe that resolution is being prepared by the Ministry of Housing and Lands for passage in the Parliament of Barbados.
Well, the November campaign to raise awareness about prostate cancer has kicked off in Barbados again this year. The target, according to Honorary Secretary of the Barbados Cancer Society, Dr. Dorothy Cook Johnson, is to match or surpass the $50,000 collected in 2013. She explains the November movement encourages men to take the challenge of growing their mustaches from November 1st to the 30th.
You see, the November initiative involves growing a mustache. Now, you don't have to grow a mustache. You can just give a collection. You can take around a money box in your office and get a collection, or you can make an individual donation, or you can get a pledge sheet, or you can all work together in the office with a competition. And if you do that, you start on November the 1st, and you grow the mustache, and you're supposed to shape it and make it look good. And then with the group of you, maybe you have 12 men, you decide who's the best one. And then with the money you've taken from pledges, because apparently it's not very easy to grow. I hear that it gets quite itchy and gets in the way and not an awfully nice thing to grow during those stages. But if they keep at it then, and others see the suffering that they're going through, they would be able to collect some funds.
Dr. Cook Johnson tells CBC News the money collected last year was used to buy a badly needed ultrasound machine for the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. This year's fundraising, she says, is for additional equipment for the QEH.
There are special needles which deliver anesthetic. They cost, I think, about $40 US each. So we've got to get a big supply, because you can't really have this procedure without an anesthetic and lidocaine, although some people do, and I believe it's very, very painful. So we want to stop any pain at all, so that it is an easier test to have. And then there are the biopsy needles as well, which go into the little gun and take out a very narrow core of tissue. That's the one we need for histology, for the lab to have a look at. And then we really need to ensure that the technicians using the machine are right up with the latest, so find courses and make quite sure they go on that. And then we want to have a big marketing campaign to make sure that everyone understands that there's a risk assessment here.
Close to 20 businesses have come on board this year, and while CBC isn't officially part of the initiative, some ladies agreed to wear the mustaches in support of the cause, and you'll hear more about the November campaign this Thursday on Healthwise. Former principal of Harrison College, Dr. Winston Critchlow, is dead. Dr. Critchlow retired in May after dedicating over 40 years of teaching service. He had been hospitalized last year and reportedly went overseas to have a medical procedure done, only returning to the island yesterday. And we'll have more news ahead in just a moment, but first we want to get your take on this question. Do you think the impasse between the NUPW and BCC will be settled at the Labor Department? Text yes or no to short code 811, the result at the end of our news.
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Here's your sun power.
Hey Marjorie, you're in the supermarket early.
Girl, I here getting my ingredients for this gooseberry lamb story entering in the Best Bajan Cook competition at the 2014 Roberts Nifka Culinary Arena and Expo in association with Caribbean Cuisine and Maxi Stores.
When days?
Oh, from Friday the 14th to Sunday the 16th of November at the Garfield Sorbers Gymnasium. $10 for adults and $2 for children. Listen, that fantastic arena gonna be bubbling with a mixture of the professional cook-off, the junior Julian chef, celebrity showcase, plenty 20 food workshops, the Angostura Bitters, Mixology, Showdown, plus a big able NIFCA Expo with all the local products you always wanted, going to be on sale, and performances from NIFCA award-winning acts.
Oh, Lord, Marjorie, my mouth watering. I can call visit ncf.bb and get more details. You know, tell me to say food comes first.
Yeah, like.
And let me tell you, left some the gooseberry lamb stew for my hair.
Oh, my God, left some for you.
Excellence, yes, NIFCA belongs to me. NIFCA belongs to me. NIFCA belongs to me.
What inspires you? Berger Paints, all the colors of you.
And every day until Christmas, get all the shades you love at a fantastic 20% discount on Berger Royale, Weatherproof Ultra, and all the popular Berger brands. Available at retail outlets island-wide. This Christmas, beautify with Berger.
Across these fields and hills to the open sea. If ever I'm lost, I know you'll be there for me. Like a sunrise in my eyes, there's no other place I'd rather be. This is my home. This is where I belong. My heart and soul. This is the rock that keeps me strong. This is my home, the most beautiful place in the world. Mine forever. Never will I be alone. Never alone. Barbados will always be home.
Barbados has been named among a field of several Caribbean countries vying for the title of leading Caribbean cruise destination in the 2014 World Travel Awards. The island is also seeking to be named as the Caribbean's leading honeymoon destination for 2014. The other countries include St. Lucia, Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, Aruba, Bermuda, the Cayman Islands, Jamaica, Nevis, St. Bart's and St. Martin. The island's tourist board has been named in the Caribbean's leading tourist board for 2014 category. Sandy Lane, the Almond Beach Resort, Treasure Beach Hotel, Coral Reef Club and the Colony Club Hotel have all been nominated for several awards. The island's airport and seaport have also been nominated in their various categories for awards as well. The Attorney General has appealed for more organizations to work towards improving competitiveness on the island. Adriel Brathwaite was speaking on behalf of Commerce Minister Donville Innes at the launch of the Barbados Cooperative Business Association Limited. Mr. Brathwaite says he's issued a challenge to Minister Innes to help.
Senator St. Donville, let us give ourselves a year. Let us publicly say that we will transform Barbados in terms as a place of doing business. And he sent back a note saying, but you and I cannot do it alone, based on our own ministries. I said, let us do what we can, and those areas where we cannot influence change, we then need to publicly say to them, come on board. And I want to encourage you, therefore, to come on board with us to see how we can transform Barbados as a place to do business, and to do business in a fashion that not only that the world will envy, but that will benefit more people like us, like you and I.
A plea tonight for local companies to work closely with schools to help prepare students for specific jobs. It's coming from Senior Assistant Registrar at the Caribbean Examination Council, Susan Giles. Ms. Giles expressed the view at the UWI in the community lecture at the Central Bank. She believes teaching programs at schools can be enhanced with greater involvement from the business community.
Find ways to engage the society, provide ongoing feedback on the work and role of the administrative professional, visit schools, the business departments in the schools, let me tell you, they need help. They need desperate help. We see it, what's coming through in the EDPM examinations. They need help, trust me. Provide technical assistance. Let the students know what it is we expect when they enter the workforce.
The City of Bridgetown Credit Union will soon unveil a new strategic plan for the period 2015 to 2018. Word of this from its president, Christopher Oliver. He says the new plan will include plans for the credit union to adopt the culture and creative industry.
City of Bridgetown will be rolling out a suite of services, loans and financial advice to the young and not so young artists. We therefore say to all participants during the 2015 Community Dance Fest and continuing in every era of your life, you have the keys to unlock your personal excellence. Use them.
At the time, Mr. Oliver was speaking at the launch of the 2014-2015 Dance Fest. The occasion was also used to showcase the talent of some youngsters. Mormons on the island weren't afraid to get their hands dirty as they offered assistance to several causes on Saturday, the International Day of Service. Missionaries and members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints converged at Sharon Primary School to help spruce up the school's playground. This included the youngest, just 4 years old, along with a blind member. The library of the St. Christopher Primary School in Christchurch was repainted, another work undertaken at that institution. Social media contact with the church, Kathy Daniel, tells CBC News members were busy at work from the previous day.
Right now, here in Barbados, this is the Christchurch district that involves all the branches on the island. And we've got people here who are repainting the playground equipment for the Sharon Primary School. So that's like our way of reaching out and giving back something to the society and just helping.
And members of the church were only too happy to assist.
My role today, I help supervise and also provide some goodies for after we have done our chores here.
I see your hand is painting. What you've been doing?
Painting.
What you painted?
Monkey bar.
Okay, so you're enjoying today?
Yes.
Thousands of Barbadians